Alright, in this video I'm going to try to cover pomegranate trees that your pomegranate tree is probably not dead, to be patient, how long to wait, and when should you actually plant a pomegranate tree. Now, I live in the central part of North Carolina, also known as the Triad region, Zone 8A, Formula Zone 7B, whatever you want to call it. And I made a mistake with my pomegranate tree several years ago, and hopefully this will prevent you from making that mistake. Now, as you can see, you have a pomegranate tree in front of me. It has flowers on it. It will absolutely produce pomegranates this year. As I got a few last year, so I'll definitely get more than a few this year. So there's a lot of blossoms, a lot of flowers on there. It looks very healthy this year. And I do have a second one, as you can see over there. Other little shrubby guys of pomegranate trees. There are two different varieties. You only need one variety. They are self-pollinating, but they will pollinate better and be more productive if you do have a second pomegranate tree. Now, let's get on to the patience part about the tree dying, because that's the most important thing. So I had planted some pomegranate trees. I think I had planted them in the fall, which, by the way, I really recommend you plant them in the spring after all chance of frost is gone. Pomegranate trees they are drought tolerant. They're very heat tolerant, and they are definitely one of the type of trees that you can absolutely plant in the spring when the tree is active and not necessarily dormant. Especially if you take care of it, it won't be a problem. This will allow it to get at least some establishment in the ground, some new growth, get its roots in the ground, versus planting it in the fall and it gets shocked with the cold and it's just unhappy. Now, how long should you wait and what should you look for? So there's two types of where the tree will look like it's dead with a pomegranate tree. One is it'll start warming up. You'll notice your branches, they're toast. They're crispy. There's no green in them. They don't seem to be doing anything. I would literally wait as long as almost to the first week of July. Definitely well into June for sure. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the base of that tree, and you're going to want to pull back all that mulch. I mean, completely pull all that mulch back. You can pull some of the dirt back a little bit. And I want you to really look for some green shoots of any kind. If it's July, man, I still don't see anything. Dig a little deeper. I mean, at this point, you really have nothing to lose. Let's dig a little bit deeper. See if we see any green shoots at the base of that tree. And if we do, be patient. That tree is alive. It's coming back from the roots, and it is going to grow. And once they get going, they can put on some growth pretty quick. As a second type of death that can happen, and by the way, the process is the same of the regrowing part, but it looks different. Branches are alive, they have nice red buds on them, and they flash all these nice little red leaves on them. And you're like, okay, that's great. Oh man, heavy frost comes, maybe even a freeze kills them. No tolerance for that. Leaves are dead, buds are dead. Well, they're not going to rebud. Buds are gone. There's no leaves. They got toasted. Same thing's going to happen. It's going to come back from the ground. Probably this time it's going to come back a little bit quicker because the tree itself hadn't had dye yet from the top. And just cut out that. And once all that new material starts to grow, just go out and cut all that dead material. As the tree becomes older and more established, it will become a little bit more. It will become more tolerant to the cold. But as the tree becomes more established, you can have total dieback of a pomegranate tree that, say, it's 2 years old, and you could end up with 4 feet of growth in 1 year, potentially even producing blooms in the pomegranate. But once you finally get that first year of where that tree actually basically fully survives, like this year has. So these trees are, 4.5 feet tall probably. They'll probably get to 6, 7 feet this year. 6 feet for sure. They put on growth really well, and they're covered in blossoms. This is going to produce pomegranates. So basically, I'll cover one more thing too. What type of pomegranate should you buy and where should you buy them? I recommend one Green World They have a lot of different pomegranate trees. I'm sure there's other places too. They are out on the West Coast, which seems where a lot of the best nurseries are, on the Pacific Northwest coast, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, etc. And these varieties are known as what they call cold hardy Russian, or Russian cold hardy. That's a simple name. The actual name's a little bit longer, and there's like other varieties within there. But you really want to look for a cold hardy pomegranate trees. I mean, cold hardy, something that can survive maybe down to 10 degrees, 5 degrees, potentially, etc. So that's what you're looking for. And ideally, you would plant two different types of pomegranate trees that are both considered cold hardy to give yourself some diversity. And like I said, they will pollinate better and be more fertile and productive if you have to, but you actually only need one pomegranate tree. They are self-fertile and will produce pomegranates by themselves. Okay, so that's a good place to buy them. So to cover it really briefly, be patient. Your pomegranate tree is probably not dead. Look for growth at the base of the plant. If you see growth coming after you've done it, leave it alone. It's probably going to make it. Plant in a spring, after maybe mid to late spring, after all chance of frost and freeze is completely gone. Mulch well during the winter. Be patient, and you will find pomegranate trees to probably be a great addition for fruit trees, because I'll show you something. It's sad, but this is the reality of fruit trees. I have an apple tree over there that I got to cut out and replace this year. That's dead. That's a Honeycrisp apple. Fireblight got it. And I have two cherry trees. You can kind of see a little bit in that background right there. And there's another one directly. Maybe you can see some branches sticking up. A cherry tree. Those produced a good amount of cherries last year, but like many stone fruit, they're very susceptible to bacterial cankers. Just a bacterial like fungus disease, and it attacks stone fruit trees heavily, and it can easily kill them. Very common with plums and cherries, and it actually killed both my cherry trees. It actually killed a plum apricot hybrid tree, which I didn't like anyway. I'm going to replace a different plum tree. And fireblight's a big issue of apple trees. Pomegranate trees don't seem to have any disease issues here of any kind. They're low maintenance. They're drought tolerant. Pests don't seem to bother them. You don't have to spray them. Very easy to do organically. And they're reliable. As long as they survive through the winter and you're patient, they're a very reliable tree. So anyway, if you have any questions or anything, leave a comment. I'll try to get back to you within a reasonable period of time. And hopefully this video helps. And until next time, I hope you all have a good day.